Next question is going to come from someone who has spent a great deal of time thinking about the issue he's going to talk about. George Buemiller, a member of the steering committee.
The second question, I believe, is one of the most interesting. The League of Women Voters recently bemoaned the public's interest of county government.
Ignorance.
Yes, ignorance. And I have to say, of local government generally. But simultaneous broadcasting of governing board meetings has proven to increase public involvement in at least 3 Bergen communities. Now the question is, do you know of a better way to increase public involvement and interest? And the second part of that question is, what and on what timeline do you propose to either achieve simultaneous video distribution of freeholder meetings or your alternative proposal? Thank you.
Why don't we start at this end? Tom, why don't you go first.
So first of all, I don't really believe that people are ignorant. Maybe they're just not informed. As far as getting the word out, we've already, our boardroom is set up now thanks to Freeholder Chairman Ciunty and the rest of the Freehold. We're set up to be live streaming already. We're getting that there. We've taken our meetings on the road, initiative of Ciunty and Zor, and I had a little bit to do with it, but they had more to do with it. But we need to continue to educate the public. I mean, it's that simple. We need to make sure that people know what things are available to them in order for them to be more educated. The key to everything is education. We need to educate our municipal officials so they can educate their local constituents. We can also expand our social media, right? We have things online that we need to direct people to get to, and they need to take advantage of them as well. Also, we have our departments and our county school, our county seal now all under one label, that county executives initiative, to make sure everyone knows what's going on. In the past, we had 18 different seals. We didn't know if it was a county event. We didn't know where to get information. We have all that now. So these are just some of the ways I'm getting the stop sign here, so I'll defer to my man here. Thank you.
Mr. Warman.
I think the Freeholder Board's doing a pretty good job. Not super, not bad. They're doing a good enough and acceptable job educating the public. Now, they're doing their road shows, like Tom was saying. They go to different towns where they hold the Freeholder board meetings there. That helps, okay? If you're asking me to spend more money to buy cameras, do a marketing campaign, you're not going to get me to vote in favor of something like that. They're doing okay with this program. The problem is this. It's boring. Come on, think of it. Who wants to go on a Wednesday night to a council meeting or go to a freeholder meeting or sit down on TV and watch it? These things are not sexy. If you really want to pull people into these things, you have to turn this up, do something interesting. Maybe elect a libertarian, it's a little controversial. And you can pack the room with media.
For example.
Just a thought.
Ms. Ortiz.
Our county has so much to offer, and we need our residents to be aware of all our services. As I was on the campaign trail, I would have so many people ask me, how do I go about finding out of all these events and things that are going on in the parks? And it really came to, I was surprised, but I know there's so many ways, like our website, and from what I hear, it's being revamped to become a lot more user-friendly. like was mentioned, taking the freeholder meetings on the road, I think it's great. You can talk to the people, you don't have to look at it through a streaming, but you can actually talk to them, maybe get the children involved, educate them, and become more involved with county government. Branding is also important. There was a confusion, I know, years back that every department had a different logo and brand. Once county executive desk came on, now it's all the same. There's no more confusion. We all know it's Bergen County seal and logo. And also to be informed of all the activities we have in our parks. We have such beautiful parks. We have zoos, we have festivals, we have concerts. We just have so much to offer. And I think also going through our local officials and inform them, or through senior centers, and just inform our whole entire county of so much we have to offer. And I think they're doing a great job, and we can do even more. Thank you.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes, we need to do a little bit more. We had pay to play on our plate. We had an awful lot of people coming out on those 10-degree nights. And that room was packed, standing. So if the issue is an interest, people will show up. What I would like to do is take a page from Ocean County and have a kiosk or storefront in one of our major malls in Paramus, basically with each one of our constitutional offices having representation in there as to what their services are. Some people can't get down to Hackensack, but everybody manages to get to the mall, trust me. I can't drive around Paramus on Saturday. So, they can get down there and we can hook it up via laptop where we have someone working down there. We can even go to Bergen Community College and give a student there a part-time job. Here we are employing somebody, one of our graduates from our community college. They can be funded with trust fund money through our various constitutional offices. Do it that way, and you will have people coming in, seeing what they do in Ocean County. That storefront is always filled with people. You can do something, you can do anything you want to do in that store. You can get your passport renewed, you can go and pay a bill. You can do anything down there. Any service that you need in the county, you can get done in that store. So it's something that can be done. It's doable. And I'm sure there's some grant dollars out there that we can obtain from the state that would help us pay for anything else over.
I'm going to actually maybe do something I'm not sure is the right thing for me to do, but the question was really about simultaneous.
Okay. And yes,
why don't you take, it's important that we get that question, because frankly, that's something that freeholder candidates keep on talking about every time, year after year, and it never quite happens.
Well, Mr. Fuchs is doing a great job in there with taping of the meetings. He gets a raw copy to the communications director instantaneously. Just a matter of getting it up on the website. That needs to be done. Live streaming can be done. I mean, I think there's no reason why it can't be done. I mean, the microphones are there, everybody's being recorded, so everybody's on the record as to what they say and what they do in those meetings, so I should be able to do live streaming. There's no reason why you can't. It's going to cost money, but it sounds like they've outfitted the meeting room, the caucus room with what's needed. But I believe it should. If we could do live streaming, that would be great.
Mr. DiDio.
Thank you. Live streaming is important. The equipment obviously is already there. Why it's not being used, I have no idea. I can't answer it. I'm not currently a freeholder. I'm trying to get live streaming put into our council meetings as a councilman, and I think it's the way to go. In addition to live streaming, though, we have to do outreach to the communities. We have to have kiosks, as John mentioned. I think that would be an excellent idea. Email distribution, a newsletter would also be a great idea to get the information out, geared to specific individual needs, seniors, veterans, young families, etc. Also new people moving into the community. This would be extremely beneficial. As a retired school administrator, the other thing that we could also implement is create a civics program for our schools, where the children in the history classes have to attend possibly a freeholder meeting. One of the things that I noticed, I'm liaison to the police department and a member of the police commission in our town. I sit in court, and every once in a while, a group of students come in to see traffic court. It's part of their requirements to get their check-off from the driving school. What a great idea this would be if we could implement this throughout not only the county, but the state, where students have to participate and see. That would also create more volunteerism within our state. Thank you so much.
Freeholder, Nicole.
Thank you. Well, I think the answer to the live streaming is that it should happen imminently. And I'm looking at our chairman, and I know that all of the equipment has been installed, the screens are up, we have the new microphones. We're looking to get it done and get everyone trained as soon as possible. I don't know the date, but I know that we have truly been working hard on that goal. Whether it's live streaming or a podcast, there's that famous story in Oakland. Oakland has Cablevision, and when they came to Oakland, one of their gifts to the town was a television studio, and they were the first town to live stream. And there was a mother who came down to the mayor and council meeting in her nightgown because she felt so strongly about a recreation issue that they were discussing that she jumped in her car and came down. So aside from that happening, we do want to engage more people in government in a timely way so that they can see what actually is happening, especially as we introduce ordinances before their adoption. We have public hearing after public hearing and no one comes. I mentioned at the last debate, Essex County, which is not as large as Bergen County. They have a county executive freeholder form of government as well. But 5 of their freeholders come from districts. They're elected through districts, and 4 are elected at large. So they're very connected to the towns they represent. I also mentioned that though freeholder is part-time, we really work full-time, going out to municipalities, connecting to local government bodies, and really being ambassadors for county government. And as was said, we need to get people to come to the county seat. Class trips go to Trenton all the time. They should be coming down to One Bergen County Plaza, seeing the services that we have there, bringing parents, scouts, whoever would like a tour, coming to our meetings so that they know what happens there, whether it's through health services, human services, animal control, seniors, their grandparents always need something, those with disabilities, parks, public works, and so importantly, elections and the clerk's office. They know where to go to get their driver's license. They need to know where to go to register to vote when they're 18 years old, and where they can go to vote early. There are so many services that we provide out of our building, and we don't get anyone there to truly see or understand until they're in need. And this does happen in municipalities too. I'll say we're very often by ourselves in our meeting rooms, as we are, except for you, Mr. Powers, in the freeholder chambers too. We have to work within, and we also have to continue reaching out. Thank you.
Ms. Amoroso.
Okay. I am a big believer in live streaming and videotaping, timely turnaround on videotaping government body meetings. And I do understand that a lot of times the meetings can be boring or very detailed. But up in Mawa, I was at a meeting on the council, and we came out of closed session after the mayor had done some things that some of the council people didn't like, and my dear colleague, Councilwoman, made a very rude gesture in public. But we didn't have live streaming yet. So, however, people did capture it on their iPhones. And I'm glad to hear that the equipment is in place for freeholder boards to be live streaming shortly. I think that is a very good thing. In general, I do believe that the county needs a marketing program, and understanding that my dear libertarian friend is pushing for cheap as possible. There are lots of cheap ways of doing marketing. For example, upgrading the website, which Bergen County is in the midst of doing, to make it as user-friendly and searchable as possible. Blogs, podcasts, infographics, and cheaper free digital advertising increase connection and communicate services. We should be better utilizing social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Pinterest, to let people know about events and services. Our public-private partnerships, such as the dinosaurs at Overpeck, expose more people to county services without using taxpayer dollars. We should consider more of them, and I will stop there.
Thank you. I just want to say one interesting thing that I have learned about this issue, and that is where you learn about how the freeholders interact with the administration is actually in the afternoon meetings. And one of the exciting things is, that's one of the reasons this question is here, the public should see that live as well.